Here is some advice for crypto holders. Okay, as you know, I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. I've been a stacker of Bitcoin and other cryptos since 2013. This is specifically advice for crypto holders. And I'm going to make this an excerpt and put it as a separate video on the channel. I've spoken about this before, but here we go. I think you're going to have some big winnings coming soon. And maybe a lot of you have got some big winnings already. So the first obvious piece of advice is take profits. ATP, always take profits. That's not the main thing I wanted to talk about though, but you should be taking profits along the way. As you know, I do regular technical analysis on different things, and I give my take profit targets along the way. The big thing here we say is, and I should listen to my own advice, but if your asset doubles, why don't you sell half of it and recoup your initial investment? Or if it gets way higher than that, if for some reason you missed the doubling and it's already tripled or quadrupled or whatever, and you were asleep, and then because you know crypto, it just goes sometimes, and you wake up in the morning and you look at your crypto port and you go, oh, okay, that is the sign for you. If you haven't taken profits yet, do so. At least take out your initial investment, and you're free riding the rest. Okay, so that's, I guess, advice number one. That's the obvious thing, but you need someone to tell you every now and then, and Lord knows I need to tell myself sometimes too, because we're not perfect. That's not the main advice. The main advice is when the crypto cycle tops, which it will, and it'll be topping anywhere from, I'm going to say anywhere from now, really. I think more likely, sometime next year, whether that's by the end of March or whether that's towards the end of the year, October, November, December, it will top next year. It's not going to top in 2026. You've got a little bit of time left in this crypto cycle. You are going to have some massive winnings, quite potentially, and I hope you do. If you do, what do you do with them? Now, of course, if you've got your goals in mind, fantastic. If you're like, I put a little bit in, I've got enough to buy a car, the car I've always wanted to get, fantastic. Just go and do that. Do the things that you've always wanted to get, okay? I suggest, don't go hog wild and get every single crazy thing, all right? If you've got enough to buy a house and the house is something for you that you really want because you've got a young family or whatever, go do that. But I would highly recommend the following. I've been in precious metals since 2010. And I have mentioned this before, but there is going to come a time where the precious metals are going to be the absolute flavor of the year, the flavor of the decade. Okay, and that is coming. I'm talking about the coming capital rotation, which I think is pretty much going to come. There's all signs are pointing to it. Of course, I could be wrong. But coming from precious metals, from the stock market into precious metals. Crypto, particularly Bitcoin, tends to follow the stock market, in particular the NASDAQ, NVIDIA, for example. But the NASDAQ, technically, usually when you look at the charts, NVIDIA the NASDAQ is going up and Bitcoin's going up, roughly tracking with it. Okay, the stock market will be going through a large downturn at some point. Why do you say that, Joe? Because it always does. At some point, okay, it has a big rise, just like every other asset. It goes up, it goes down. Okay, I think that will it will sort of roughly culminate with the Bitcoin top. Okay, which one's the canary in the coal mine? Which one's making the other one go down? I don't know. Is the top of the cycle for Bitcoin then the signal for people to sell stocks, or is it the other way around? People are getting out of stocks and then people get out of Bitcoin? I don't know. What's happening is a rotation into precious metals. So my advice to crypto holders is, if you want to keep increasing your wealth over time, and if you want to maintain your purchasing power over longer periods of time, you really want to consider putting at least a portion of your crypto winnings into precious metals, whether that be gold, whether that be silver, or whether that be a combination of both. Here's the reason why. I'm going to share a chart with you right now. If you haven't seen it before, I will quickly share it with you. Let me share the screen. It's really important for you to watch, okay? And because I've been in precious metals for so long, I really need to stress this to you wonderful crypto people. That's gold. Sorry, I'm going to show you the gold to SPX ratio. For my regular subscribers, they have seen this a million times before. That is not the one that I'm looking for. Gold to SPX ratio, okay? This is on the monthly chart. What is this doing? This is showing you when there are periods where gold and silver, so precious metals. This is just gold versus the stock market, where there are periods where it is much better to be in gold versus the stock market, and when there's better times to be in the stock market versus gold. Here, as this chart is going up, it was much better to be in gold versus the stock market, okay? Gold had a massive run, and, it was consolidating for a while in early 2000s. Now, there are better historical charts. I just don't have one to show you. But since 1922, there has been 3 major capital rotations from the stock market into precious metals, where 3 times since 1922, you've seen a massive run in precious metals versus the stock market. And again, I'm stressing to you crypto people, the stock market and crypto tend to coincide with each other. Not exactly, but this big precious metals bull era is coming. The crypto cycle will end next year at some point, and the precious metals bull market is only just beginning versus the stock market. But let me just show you this again as this is going up. So from the early 2000s, so if you had have waited until the breakout area, okay? Here was the breakout area where every man and his dog in the investment game, all the whales went, oh, wow, we're broken and we've held over. Oh, look, it's creeping up. It's back over this level right here. Okay, then you had a very quick move. This is gold outperforming the stock market. Then there was a bit of a consolidation. You have a bit of a gain, then a bit of a sell-off. Fantastic. And then another huge move. Okay, so between 2005 and, if you want, you could call it 2009. That's the GFC, obviously. Oh, actually, no, that's the GFC. That's back there. Again, gold outperforming the stock market during the GFC. Okay, you had this peak here in 2009. Again, a bit of consolidation, but imagine playing it perfectly, and you never play it perfectly, of course. But imagine if you had played it perfectly between 2005 and 2011, a 6-year time frame. Gold was the clear winner versus the stock market. Now, what happened in 2011? Gold had its peak. It peaked at $1,920 US, okay? And since then, imagine being in the stock market versus gold. Now, I have a precious metals bug, okay? Hey, if I had known about these kind of ratios back then, I was a newbie. I was investing in precious metals in 2010. I was new to investing in anything for the first time, okay? If I had have known what I'd known now, and of course hindsight is 2020, but imagine being in the stock market between 2011 all the way to around about now-ish, or anywhere to around about, actually, 2022. Imagine riding the stock market and then purchasing an absolute truck ton of gold down around about here in 2022. You have upped your gold amount. It's just, you've got so much gold. You're just winning. There's so much winning. You can't handle all the winning, okay, as Trump would say. Now, we've been in a trading range between 2022 and now. So between about this is a ratio number, okay? So around about 1/3, let's call it 1/3, between 1/3 and a half right there. So that's 0.5, okay? So what this means is, this ratio means at 0.5, that would mean that 1 ounce of gold would buy you half a share of the stock market index. And you can see very clearly here, we've just had a breakout, okay, as you go down. So right here, breakout and retest. Many people believe that this is the bottoming area. That was the bottoming area here. That is your breakout and your retest. This is coming, okay? You've had this massive move. You've had this massive move. The pendulum is swinging in gold's favor. It's not going to spend a whole bunch of time more down here, and I certainly don't think, hey, could be wrong, but it's a cycle. You're not going to spend any time. It's not going to go like lower than here. You're not going to go down into these kinds of areas. We are absolutely bottoming right about here. And very, very soon, you're going to start creeping back above the 0.5 mark. This will be the signal for whales to say, oh man, gold is looking like it's going to do another big capital rotation run like it's done 3 times in the last 100 years. It's looking like it's about time. Now, people down here have already noticed it and they've gotten in early. Now it's just in this trading range, okay? 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. It's going to come back. When it comes back and when it starts closing months above it, that is going to be the signal for this move, right? This here is this here, okay? How long it can go for, we don't know. It is going to not last forever, and you're going to see this massive run in precious metals, particularly gold versus the stock market. This will likely coincide with the rough top of the crypto market next year. I am very confident that we are going to, in 2025, break this 0.5 mark, and that's going to start the next major run in precious metals against the stock market. Now, why are you in crypto? Hey, you could be in crypto for the tech, and good on you. Great, fantastic. Now, should you sell out of all your crypto? No, you never sell out of all your bags and any of that. However, putting a portion of your crypto winnings into gold, silver too, but let's just talk about gold. Into gold is a very smart move, okay? Should you put all of your crypto winnings into gold? No, don't do that. That would be crazy, right? You don't go hog wild crazy on 100% of anything. Do you want to do 20%, 30%, 50%? Is it just 10%? Whatever it is, a portion, in my opinion, should go into gold, okay? So you are going to see this move in the precious metals versus the stock market, okay? This thing is going to be happening once again over a period of time throughout probably at least, we're talking in now the next 5 years, 6 years. Once it starts, you're talking probably 5, 6 years at least, possibly even out to 10 years, quite possible, but it is going to happen again. And you'll be wanting to take some profits along the way. What do I mean by taking profits on a ratio? I mean getting out of your precious metals and putting some of it into the stock market where it has absolutely outperformed it over time. Here's a great profit-taking area right about here at the 1-to-1, at the parity mark, okay? So 1 ounce of gold would equal 1 share of the stock market. Currently, the lowest it's been recently is 1 ounce of gold could get you only about 1/3 of a share of the stock market, all right? The traditional breakout area is half-half. 1 ounce of gold can get you half a share of the S&P 500, okay? But look at this period here up in 2011 where 1 ounce of gold could buy you over, it's like 1.7 shares of the stock market, okay? Crazy, right? That is going to happen again. Again, and that cycle will repeat, and then it'll be time to get out of the stock market and get back into gold. But right now, it's the time to get into precious metals. I am currently riding the crypto wave, so I have sold a portion of my silver to ride the crypto wave. And when that happens next year, when I think it's at the right ratio number for me between crypto and silver in particular, I might get a bit more into gold next time. I'm going to be riding that same wave that I'm telling you about right now, the capital rotation from the stock market into precious metals. It is going to be a gold and silver bull era for many, many years to come. My suggestion to my crypto holders is ride the crypto wave and at least put a part of your winnings into the precious metals, okay? Because you want to even increase your wealth even more over time. And if nothing else, you're doing it to maintain your purchasing power, because gold over a longer period of time does track with inflation as well, okay? So that's my big advice to you, lovely, wonderful crypto people. Start thinking about gold and precious metals as well. And that's what I'm here for, and all the other wonderful stackers here. Okay, I've come from the gold stacking world. I've stacked crypto since 2013, as I said, and I'm marrying the two together. So you do want to stay on top of what's happening with the gold price, what's happening with the gold to silver ratio, what's happening with the gold to stock market ratio, that one I just showed you. You want to see where are we within that cycle, okay? Maybe find that chart yourself, or just follow me is the best way to do it. Follow me on X and hit the big red subscribe button on YouTube, and I'll keep you updated. When we get to that halfway mark, that 0.5 level, I'll let you know, hey, the capital rotation is really starting to kick in now, okay? What is your crypto doing at that point? Very interestingly, could us getting to that level, that 0.5 level on that gold to stock market rate index, could that actually signal the top of the crypto market? You never know. So watching all these ratios are very important, or watch me who watches the ratios for you. That is my advice for crypto people.